What incoming freshman this year that's not one of the most talked about viral names do you feel like will have the biggest impact in college basketball this season?
Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle, his play style, it's just going to fit right into UConn, and he's a very disciplined player.
Stephon Castle, I call him a 3-level scorer. He can even play the point. That's something that you may see out of him for a top 5 UConn team.
Work so hard with these guys. We're serious basketball people here. We don't do fake basketball or social media basketball or celebrity basketball. We're real basketball here. So it's just about, like what this level is, the preparation, how hard you have to practice, how hard you have to lift, the attention to detail on where screens need to happen and how you need to use them. This isn't just rolling the balls out.
We're the freshmen as far as adopting that mentality. I mean, obviously it's a whole new thing for them.
Yeah, we'll get them up to speed. Everyone at this time, they just can't believe how intense practice was. The benefit of how hard we practice and the energy, the intensity, the pace, the tempo, is that when you practice that hard for 2 hours, you don't really have to get ready for the games. It's the secret sauce here for us. It's how hard we go. And once you could kind of handle that pace and pressure of practice.
Come on, 2! Come on, Stephon!
The games, you feel comfortable. Just to see the development of the young players and then to see them now in September in the workouts, the last couple of days especially, they've flashed their talent in a big way.
Can't wait to do this next season with you guys, this next journey. Really love this group. This group has worked really hard, pushed them really hard, and now we build them back. Now we kind of build them back up and get the confidence sky high and go for those big championships for you guys this year. So let's go. In the mix of 6, let's go.
Coming straight from high school to a high D1 program. How tough was the transition our first few this summer?
The biggest thing is probably the physicality. Practicing with the guys that we have every day, just learning from them. It's been a pretty fast transition for me, so I think it's been good.
It's similar to what Andre Jackson did last year. Can you see yourself doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to go grab a rebound and push the ball and know that I'll probably have at least 3 shooters running the court with me. I mean, that's a blessing. I feel like anybody that has the ball in their hand in college basketball would want that. So, that's been great.
Do you feel a lot of pressure coming off a national championship with this team and coming in with such high expectations, people talking about you being a draft pick, a lottery pick this coming year? Or do you embrace those pressures or challenges?
Normally, that would be like a big fear for any freshman, but the guys that we have, that takes so much off of my chest that I can trust them to help me and uplift my game. Playing with the guys that we have is just going to make me look so much better.
That's everything, really. So just if we can have a group that's as strong as this group, really good.
I don't know what other people feel like going into their openers, but I feel 2 things going into the openers. Our formula, the way we do things, is championship level, or we know it. We put it championship level worse, and we return a core of national champions, right? And in the work that we put in since No one's put the work in that we put into it. Confidence level should be super high. Just go execute what we do, be about each other, that's it. Don't think about yourself, get lost in us. Let's go. Let's go! Let's go, man! When you start to look up there, enjoying it.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Everything on 3. 1, 2, 3. Everything.
Yes, sir.
Our Big East opening night tip-off on FS1 begins at the home of the reigning national champions. The Connecticut Huskies at a sold-out Campbell Pavilion on banner night, meeting the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks.
You Lumberjacks.
Special night, but then the game starts, Wayne.
Well, they've got a great freshman class led by 6'6" guard Stephon Castle, but they're replacing 3 tremendous players. Sonogo, Hawkins, Jackson, all key players in that national championship run last year for UConn. And I think that when you've got a team this young, one of the keys for the season, how do they gel on defense? Will they have that coordination? Will they have that communication on defense to be able to play as a unit, shut the other team down?
Castle, and they fill in for Stephon Castle.
Can you get an assist and field goal at the same time?
Everything you could want in the ball club, they have it right here at Storrs, Connecticut, where they've won 5 national championships.
Stephon Castle. Castle on an island. Oh, that was nasty. Stephon Castle putting on a show. And his Huskies debut. The reigning national champions start their title defense season in dominant form.
We are set to go. A matinee in Hartford between the reigning national champs and Stonehill. Belton ahead of the pack, right to the basket, blocked by Castle. Filling it all the way, long strides to the basket. That was impressive by the freshman.
You just can't teach that.
Castle directing traffic. Spencer, there he finds it.
Here we go.
Castle picks the pocket, and a little tomahawk to finish.
Good, good. Just so with Steph, I guess just to clear some of that up, he's looking, anywhere from, early December to, to after that. So it's like, maybe a 3-4 week thing. It was a very minor, procedure, and it looks better already today. So great athletes tend to recover better and quicker. So.
What kind of adjustments do you have to make now until he gets back?
It's never good to lose a player his caliber, but we went through something like this early last year, and it did help. It hurt to go through, but it helped.
Stephon Castle, the UConn 5-star freshman, out tonight with a right leg injury. Connecticut announced it shortly before tip-off.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Stephon Castle before the game. He said his rehab is going quicker than expected. He is targeting return for the Kansas game.
Talking to Coach Dan Hurley yesterday, he was making mention of the depth that they had last year. They will have depth at the guard spot, I'll tell you that, because when Stephon Castle comes back, him alongside Newton and Spencer and Caravan, watch out.
Outstanding game tonight. Congrats to both teams. Connecticut is the champion.
2023 South Empire Classic champions.
First time since November 11th, Stephon Castle has been cleared to return back to the court after undergoing a minor knee procedure. As for his timeline, back to court, he had aggressive pull and bike workouts over the past 2 weeks and started shooting drills 10 days ago, with the last 2 days being his first back-to-back practices. While the fans may be excited about what he can add on the offensive end, defense is what coach thinks his biggest impact is.
Entering the game for Connecticut, number 5, Stephon Castle.
So there you heard some great details from Angel. What else does Castle, what do you want to add about what Castle adds to this team?
He's a future lottery pick. He plays on both ends of the floor. He can add a little bit of what Andre Jackson Jr. added to the national championship Huskies last year. He's that good.
Puts it on the deck. Castle up and in.
Ingram went for the steal. Took himself out of the play, and Castle was able to get all the way to the rim. Good ball reversal by UConn.
Steph giving us, Steph, that was almost like playing your opener. You play a couple of games, you miss a couple of weeks, and then you get dropped off into that at the Garden, North Carolina. You gave us some great second half minutes. Does that cover everybody?
For the most part.
I think so.
Everything on 3, 1, 2, 3.
And it's scary. They still haven't seen the preseason freshman of the year in the league, Stephon Castle, really get going because of the injuries. This is a McDonald's All-American and a top 5 recruit here at Stores.
Williams down the lane, had the ball on his hip for a moment, got it back after the block. Williams and a hook.
The catch and shoot situation.
Spencer's got 9. Martin looking for help. Good defense. Look out.
Great call by
that defense was outstanding by Stephon Castle. Turnover. A little too strong to put back. Boy, they got an answer for everything, don't they?
That's got to feel good for the freshman. Mr. Castle.
Defending national champions looking good. And tell you what, keep an eye out for these guys for the rest of the season, because it is going to be something special, no question about it.
Castle, Euro steps around Nemhard and lays it in to make it a 10-point game.
Tonight from Prudential Center in Newark, the Big East Conference schedule begins. Seton Hall Pirates hosting the UConn Huskies.
Why does it seem like it's so hard to win on the road as opposed to being at home?
I think a lot of it is these road environments in the Big East. The history that all these programs have with each other and the fan bases, they know each of these teams. They always show out, and it's always crazy atmospheres.
12 minutes to play in the first half. Richmond has it swatted away. I think Castle got a piece of that. To Davis. Davis into the paint. Davis back to the basket. Turnaround jumpers blocked away. Picked up by Richmond. Count the bucket.
cutting. Karaban free to the basket. Karaban lays it in. Dawes to the basket. Dawes has it blocked away. Castle, the freshman, knocked it away. Diarra has it tipped by Adewusu. And everybody take a breath.
One thing about UConn, let's face it, everywhere they go, they're going to have the bullseye on their back. It's going to be a big game. There's going to be big crowds. Wherever they go, they got to be used to it. Where's the night off?
I think that's a great way of putting it.
I'll tell you this one thing. On the road, there is no night off.
Ten seconds left to play. Diarra will just hold it. That's going to do it. Seton Hall down 10 in the first half. A resounding.
How much of an adjustment has been the Big East for you?
The Big East is just super physical, so just being able to play through contact and to have to grind games out, that's probably been the biggest adjustment.
From the Excel Center here in downtown Hartford, Connecticut, this is Fox Prime Time Hoops, where tonight Rick Pitino brings his St. John's Red Storm into town to take on the national champs, Dan Hurley's UConn Huskies.
Where have you gotten better?
Just with confidence, really. I mean, coming off injury, just building that back. My teammates was helping me with that. My teammates tell me all the time that I'm very versatile, so I mean that confidence is coming from us winning.
Sellout crowd, over 15,000 in attendance, ready to watch this one. Connecticut, St. John.
Inside, Johnson! 7 to shoot. Karaban knocks it back, passer. Drives. Newton, and tipped up and in by Castle. The spin, Castle the other way.
How much was the finish of that St. John's game a jumping off point for you?
Getting the confidence back from my teammates. They all trust in me. They tell me that every day.
It's similar to what Andre Jackson did last year. Do you see yourself doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to go grab a rebound and push the ball, know that I'll probably have at least 3 shooters running the court with me. I mean, that's a blessing. I feel like anybody that has the ball in the hood in college basketball would want that, so that's been great. Being able to, change the game in different ways, like if that's defending the best player or helping our bigs rebound and just doing whatever I can to help us win.
Great slip from Spencer.
I mean, Andre changed that team last year completely, just embracing that role.
Castle goes baseline, Castle reverse. Boy, a freshman can play.
And just being able to fly around the court and do so many different things and get other people's shots. But that's what I've been trying to do to just help our team win, and that's probably what's best for us. The biggest thing is just being able to get stops and everybody crashing and helping rebound. So, I mean, when we do that and we get out in transition with all the, kind of scoring threats that we have, it's hard for other teams to really stop it.
Back out and Spencer. 8 on the timer. It's Castle lining up a 3.
Well, Castle looks like a different player. He's come out aggressive. He's looking for his shot.
The building. Oh, no. Oh, no. They did not just do that.
The #1 team in the country looking prime for a repeat.
And welcome everyone to our weekly AP Top 25 poll reaction. We have a new #1, UConn 1, Purdue 2, Kansas 3, Carolina 4. UConn, without Donovan Clingan, is playing like maybe the best team in the country. Stephon Castle is playing at a high level. Remember, he was hurt at the beginning of the year, so we never saw his full potential till we're seeing it grow. A little bit of everything. Danny Hurley has a chance to win back-to-back national championships for the first time since Florida did it, 06-07.
We've had 3 national championships here since we were last ranked first. It's special because it wasn't preseason or the first 2 weeks in. It was mid-season when we've dealt with a lot of adversity. And we're coming off of a great year. We've lost a lot and dealt with a lot of adversity and still been able to kind of fight our way to be able to hold this belt. it's like carrying around a belt, man. It's like carrying around a UFC heavyweight belt. When you're number one in the country, man, I just think that it's not going to have any bearing on how our season goes, regular season, Big East tournament, national championship, Final Four, Elite Eight, any of that. But it's like we should play so hard to keep this thing right now that somebody's got to rip it out of our lifeless body.
Stephon, back-to-back 20-point games. Was it something you found in that Providence game that kind of gave you the confidence to perform at a high level like you did this afternoon?
Just stacking up good days of practice and trying to stay aggressive. Once my confidence gets up and my teammates build me up, then I'm just going to keep stacking great days.
How can you continue to get better with that versatility?
I mean, we've had to play with a small lineup earlier throughout the year. So, I mean, I think that just shows why we're the number one team. I mean, we can find a way to win without our big guys, without one of our guards. We just find ways to win.
Just kind of ran into a buzzsaw there. Thought we started pretty well. When you really looked at it, it was a really vulnerable position to be in at halftime. And obviously Ashworth's performance today, I mean, he's been playing great for them, and he was a major focus of ours to try to take away the three-point line from him. But obviously, we did a bad job. But obviously we've had a great run, but it just kind of felt like today just ran into them playing great and us not playing as well as we need to versus them, here in Omaha.
And the Blue Jays have never flown higher. For the first time in program history, they've beaten number one. UConn got it to 10, but Creighton with the stiff arm to push the Huskies away, and an 85-66 victory over number one UConn.
Last time we spoke with you was summer 2022. How do you feel like you've grown the most since then?
I feel like I just have a more mature game, being here with a lot of older guys. I feel like I've learned a lot from them.
What are your thoughts on the year so far, both for the team and yourself as an individual?
I feel like we've been having a great year, and my teammates and coaches have put me in great positions to succeed this year. So I feel like we're just going to make a push in March, so it's been fun.
What do you think is the biggest way that you've kind of grown as an individual in the last several months of the team?
Really just with confidence. I had an injury earlier in the year that kept me off the court for a little bit, so just building that confidence throughout the year. I feel like my confidence is as high as it was coming into the year, so just building that all year. My teammates were helping me with that, so I feel like that's been my biggest upside this year.
And can you describe kind of your role with the Huskies, what that looks like, and what you try to bring on both ends?
Just making winning plays. It's not really any specific role. It's just do whatever I can on the court, try and be versatile, try and guard the other team's best offensive score, and, kind of try and take them out the game, and then, do whatever I can on the offensive side to help the team.
What do you think, if you could pick one, is the number one way that you impact winning?
I would say defense.
Do you feel like you've gone to kind of learn about the defensive end and kind of grow your game on that end too, and what's that been like?
Defending is more than just guarding one-on-one, just learning principles and, learning our team defense all together. So I feel like my skills just take over.
What's it like playing for Coach Hurley and being part of this team?
Coach, he brings a lot of energy, so he kind of uplifts everybody. We're not playing our best or we're playing great, so I mean, it's just great playing for him. He's super smart. He really knows what he's doing, and he's a great coach. He just won Coach of the Year for a reason, and a lot of our success credits definitely to him. And I feel like he's just one of the best coaches in the country. He makes the game super simple for us.
What was the biggest adjustment playing for Coach Hurley and playing for the Big East in general?
There was a standard that they had set, coming off a national championship, coming in as a freshman. It's not the same as high school. So, just really learning how to play the game and, just trusting in his system and the blueprint that he has for us.
I know the mindset right now is on the postseason, but what's something that you're trying to show NBA scouts in these games?
I'm not really trying to prove anything to anybody. People know what my skill set is. They know the kind of potential that I have. It's really just doing whatever I can to try and win these games game by game and, keeping my head on straight.
What's one thing that you feel like not many people know about you, but you want to make sure that they know going forward?
I feel like just how humble I am. Just trying to keep my head on straight, knowing that I'm a team first guy.
If you're still making your way in, a white t-shirt awaits for you in a snowy Gamble environment.
And the Husky crowd up for it. Last time they'll see this team in this building. They face Seton Hall, who tries to sweep UConn, so they are massively motivated. The Pirates are coming into this one, Wayne.
And they beat UConn in UConn's Big East opener back on December the 21st, 75-60. There's a lot on the line in this game today.
It makes the recipe very simple. Huskies win today and they wear the regular season crown in the Big East Conference.
It'd be the first time in 11 Big East seasons they've been able to do that. Very meaningful game for UConn today.
Really nice day. Cutter, slam upstairs, rising Castle. Castle probing for two. And that's what do? You play Castle or you take the roll? Steal. Castle! Castle rocks the rim! The ricochet controlled by Castle. Newton, the jumper. No hand up by Richmond.
We should get two of those on Richmond. We should get another one on Davis.
Look at that. Banker, bingo for Castle and a foul. Newton feeds it. Turnaround. It goes for Castle. Fills up the cup. They are attuned and ready. Up ahead. Castle in the sky for the Huskies. Oh, Castle. Big finish. Woo. Goodness, he's got a deep bag. I'll say. At the big, Castle flip, gets the bounce. 21 points for the freshman Stephon Castle. Revenge game for UConn. They take care of business. UConn outright Big East regular season champions.
UConn, man, just another day, another dub.
Regular season champs, man. We're not done yet.
You see the score.
Number 6 on the way.
Nah, dude. You see that little... It's the standard, though. It's the standard. It's just what we do. So. Not done yet, though. Not done yet.
This is a major championship, the first one since '99. Right? Like first one since 1999. Incredible accomplishment, man. Couldn't be prouder. Great job. What we're playing from here on out now is #1 overall seed in the tournament, and Brooklyn to Boston to Phoenix. And if we don't take care of business that way to end this regular season, you saw Tennessee won last night, Houston took care of business, Arizona took care of business, Purdue took care of business. We need to keep up with those teams so that we get the #1 seed in this tournament, and we could go Brooklyn to Boston to Phoenix like we've talked about since we got together in the summer and since we recruited some of you guys. Right? Brooklyn to Boston to Phoenix.
Bleed blue on three. 1, 2, 3.
Bleed blue.
And now we turn to our Big East Freshman of the Year. And the young man being honored this afternoon should come as no surprise to anyone. Winning the Big East Freshman of the Week honor a conference record 11 times. When I met this young man in stores in the preseason, I asked him about striving for his dream of reaching the NBA like many players do. He responded, quote, "I'm relishing in the here and now because when you're at Connecticut, there's a standard to live up to. I don't want to let that standard down, and I want to make myself known as that next great Husky." You've certainly done that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Big East Freshman of the Year is Stephon Castle.
First and foremost, I just want to thank God, for everything, just allowing me to play the game every day and, just waking me up in the morning every day and just blessing me with opportunities like this. And, to my coaches, to my teammates, I wish my guys were here with me right now, but, I appreciate you guys for pushing me every day. To my parents, my mom, my dad, my brother, my little sister, I thank you guys. I mean, the support that y'all bring to me, the confidence that I get from it, it means the world to me. And, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, Stephon.
From Madison Square Garden, it's the Big East Tournament. And here today in the quarterfinals, UConn faces Xavier for a third time this season. They won the regular season Big East Championship. Now try to win their 8th Big East Tournament. But you got to start with square one. And it's the Xavier Musketeers who are coming off a win against Butler yesterday, in which their big three, Wayne, really went off and scored 65 points in that 4-point win. So there's no guarantees when you get to the Big East Tournament in New York.
Castle, no one there. Usman came late. Numbers, Green, rejected. Ooh, what a cut. And another pass. And another dunk. And you thought, Xavier, you had it. Oh, are they a machine? Castle takes it to the top one more time. Beautiful backdoor cut. That movement. That ball knocked away. Castle grabs it for the shoot. Spencer, extra pass, Caravan. Castle as well. He has no problem going right, as he does there. Texas says, get it out of here.
Being aggressive without fouling, using your athleticism and height, excellent recovery and defense by the young Castle.
Remember, Stephon Castle may be the most heralded talent on the court in terms of NBA watching. Some people feel he could be a first-round pick if he decides to leave this year.
Unbelievable. Congratulations to the Connecticut Huskies. Big East regular season champs, Big East tournament champs. Can they win another national championship?
This is your 8th Big East tournament crown, your first since 2011. Congratulations, you're the 2024 Big East men's basketball champion, men's basketball champion.
got a Final Four, they've got a national championship, they've won the regular season Big East, and now they got the Big East Tournament Championship. But we ain't done, right?
Let's officially tip off March Madness. Here are the tournament brackets from the NCAA. We begin in the East region where the #1 overall seed is the defending national champion, UConn Huskies, a 1 seed for the first time since 2009. A league record 18 wins this year, winning the league outright by 4 games, following it up by winning the Big East tournament at MSG. They'll try to repeat as national champs against a coach who actually did it as an assistant at Florida. That's Donnie Jones, who has Stetson in the tournament for the first time ever. That's why they're celebrating after 53 years in Division I. Watch out for Jalen Blackman. 43 points in the conference championship game, 34 of them in the second half as they won the A-Sun.
So when you first saw the bracket, the first thing that jumped out was what?
That UConn had a really difficult bracket, and there are a ton of conference champions in their bracket. I still think they're the best team, and they'll come out of there. And I thought Purdue had the easiest route for a #1 seed.
So let's make sure we keep our eye on the prize. Every man here swear we'll put your signature on everything we do. Let's go count it.
Pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Huskies now. Dan, we've talked a little bit. It appears to us that you've drawn the toughest road, yet we've also opined that you guys probably don't care. How would you assess that?
You know, it's tough no matter where you are. This time of year comes down to, who plays the best, their identity, and that, obviously there are the matchups favorable.
Danny, you mentioned elite defense. What has changed since Seattle and now that you call yourself an elite defensive team?
The two guys got healthy. Steph Castle, who at 6'6", he's got the physical strength, the athleticism, going to potentially shut down the other team's best perimeter guys, so we've got a perimeter stopper.
This is a building where the NBA draft is, and I know how much you want to make that dream come true. But you talked to me last fall about making a different dream come true, a dream here at UConn. What is that dream?
We're chasing #6 right now, and I feel like we got a lot of momentum to really get that done. I mean, we're coming off a Big East championship, and we feel like we're the best team in the country.
And we are here for the madness in Brooklyn, New York. From Barclays Center, first round action in the East region, the 16th seed Stetson taking on the defending national champion, UConn Huskies.
All right, the defending national champs, UConn, getting set to take the court very shortly here against Stetson, trying to be the first repeat national champ since 2006-07 Florida. 2 leading scorers from last year are gone from this team, and they reloaded.
And then, youth with Stephon Castle, youth and strength with that guy. They lost very good players. They've added players have matured all together, and now they have also a confidence. that they're supposed to be there. Not that they want to be there, that they're supposed to be there.
Saves it with Castle. That's UConn defense. Boy, they smothered you. Good weaves through the traffic. Castle takes a peek at the clock. He will fire and hits. That is a silky smooth delivery. That's what's changed his game. Throwbacks. And that he felt that it was going to be a good move. Castle fouled in the act and a chance at a three-point play for UConn. Here's the roll. Major rack attack. UConn looking to defend the title. First step is finished.
All right, final score in Brooklyn here on CBS. UConn over Stetson 91-62, second largest tournament win in UConn history.
So it will be UConn at Northwestern Sunday here in Brooklyn. 1-9 matchup for a trip to the Sweet 16.
The star is 6'2" grad guard Boo Buie, Northwestern's career scoring leader. He'll probably see a lot of Steph Castle guarding him tonight.
Dominant in the first round against the Hatters. Castle, the fend up, the left hand is good, and the foul. How about the strength?
I mean, to be that young and that strong, Castle just takes his time.
Preston tosses it away. Spencer on the move. Castle can get upstairs, and he smacks the backboard after the flush.
So many guys can do so many things for UConn. Look at who's guarding Buie now.
As a freshman.
Yep. And he's strong, too. Mobile.
Steph Castle, as a freshman, but an excellent defender. Gives up the dribble.
Castle to Newton, rises up, flip is good. Excuse me, and a foul. In waves. Buie. Into his own man, and a turnover. Castle, look out in these situations. He's looking to dish out punishment as he drives in for the deuce.
His will and strength imposed.
Another powerhouse performance for the UConn Huskies, making it look easy en route to the Sweet 16. The defending champions advance. 75-58 the final. The #1 overall seed knocks off the 9 seed in the East, Northwestern, in the first ever meeting between these two programs.
So here we are, right? Brooklyn, right, to the Boston part, right?
Yes,
Mission accomplished there, right? Now when we get out of here, we start thinking about, that Boston and Phoenix part we'll get to work on. Let's enjoy that. This one. Tina, who got it?
Stackhouse dudes. Let's go! Yes, sir!
Good evening from Boston, and welcome to the Sweet 16, the East Regional Semifinal. As the 5th-seeded San Diego State Aztecs from the Mountain West Conference play the #1 seeded and defending national champion UConn Huskies from the Big East. Well, Coach, we've got a rematch of last year's national championship title game.
We do, Kevin, and I think because of the final margin, Dan, people forget that this was a 5-point game with 5 minutes to go.
Stan, they do forget, and you can forgive them for forgetting because UConn just bulldozed through this tournament last year, and they haven't let up one little bit.
Just want to go home, bro. You know we ain't going home.
They have now won 8 straight tournament games by more than 20 points a game, and whoever it is, whether it's San Diego State or somebody else, Kevin, is going to have a big, big task in front of them if they're going to beat UConn.
These teams met just a year ago in the final. The winner to the Elite Eight, all on the road to the Final Four. Saunders at 3. Leaping rebound by Stephon Castle. The best perimeter defender, he takes it the other way.
And that time he didn't get it up on the board.
Castle.
UConn will do that off the turnover.
It's their biggest deficit tonight, losing the ball in the dribble was back.
That was Castle's defense, though. Outstanding pressure.
On that baseline in
Stephon Castle, the point guard, who has been fabulous on the inside. He's got 13 points and 10
rebounds.
And he's so poised, and he might be better on the defensive end than he is on the offensive end.
What a pass! A great pass. Spencer had the hockey assist. Castle got it to Klingon, and Klingon puts it through. Connecticut is going to the Elite Eight. Welcome to the Elite Eight, the East Regional Final. Tonight, number 3 seed Illinois take on the number 1 overall seed and defending national champion. The winner becomes the first piece of the Final Four. Formerly at Texas Tech, now at the Illini, drives into a couple defenders. Into Klingon. Good feed to Mass. Rogers inside. Another rebound by the Guards. They grab by Goody. Here come the Illini. Shannon, the third-ranked scorer in college basketball, hits the deck on the miss. It's Castle. Klingon. Hawkins defends. Castle. Klingon.
Castle's an impressive player. Plays up both ends of the floor, always under control, very poised. They came in against the third leading scorer in the country. Who'd they put on Terrence Shannon? Stephon Castle. Well, he's a winning player. Takes care of the ball, plays unselfishly, plays both ends of the floor.
The number 1 overall seed, Connecticut, will try to become the first program to repeat as a national champion in 17 years. UConn is going back to the Final Four.
And now I would like to present the East Regional Championship Trophy to Coach Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies.
They have won 10 straight games in the tournament by 13-plus points. Their differential through 4 tournament games is plus 111. If this sounds familiar to last year, that's because it is. And this team, Tim, I would argue, is actually better than last year's team. 30-0 run powers UConn into the Final Four that will play in back-to-back Final Fours for the first time ever. That 30-0 run, the largest run by a UConn team since 1990.
Bottom of my life. Hey, listen, as great as that was, it's about to get a lot better. Yes, a lot better, boys. All right, when are we out? Wednesday. Boston to Phoenix. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Everything on 3. 1, 2, 3. Everything.
Terrence Shannon had 29 points Thursday night. Tonight, you guys held him to 8 points on 2 of 12 shooting. How'd you kind of game plan for a player like him to shut him down tonight?
Well, Steph has the size. He's got the size. He's got the strength. He's got the lateral quickness. You know, for a guy that's 5 years, I think he's probably 5 years older than Steph. I mean, Steph just made it really, really tough on him. You know, he chased him off the line. You know, whenever he did get the edge, you know, we had rim protection there. You had Donovan there. You had Sampson there. But you know, Steph. You know, there's a reason why in the basketball world, you know, people are as high on Steph as they are. You know, he's a winning player, and obviously he's got an incredible career in the NBA ahead of him. He's been the anti-5-star freshman. He just does whatever this team needs for us to win.
Steph and Cam, can you speak to what that last media timeout was like in the huddle?
I mean, for me, I know it didn't feel real just to know that, you know, we were 4 minutes away or less than 4 minutes away of going to the Final Four. You know, it's something that you dream of. I mean, we were just all super excited. We were all super connected, super together, and you know, it was one of the first times of the game that, you know, the bench was just super riled up during the timeout, and it just felt like a real family atmosphere.
UConn in the Final Four, for the second year in a row. Alabama into the Final Four for the first time in school history. UConn a double-digit favorite. We'll see you in Phoenix.
Let's turn our attention to college basketball for a second, please. Number 1 seeded UConn men are looking like a good bet to repeat as national champions. I don't think anybody can beat UConn. They just look head and shoulders above everybody else. In the end, I'm just looking at it, guys, and I'm like, ladies, fellas, I don't see anybody beating UConn.
I mean, ever since I was a little kid, and I started playing basketball. I feel like it's been everybody's dream, but my main dream has been to get to the NBA.
What about the dream of becoming the national champion?
To have a dream of becoming a national champion is definitely something that was on my list. Watching March Madness, every year growing up, just to finally be here is just surreal.
And then kind of growing up, if someone were to ask you to describe your basketball journey, how do you describe it?
Growing up, I would say it was pretty rocky. I didn't always play on the biggest team, so I kind of got overlooked a little bit. So, it's been a little bit of a satisfaction for me to finally make it, to the Final Four and, have the success that I've had this year.
And what would it mean to walk away here national champion?
It'll mean everything to me, but I know it'll mean so much more to, my family back home and, all the basketball players in my family that, didn't get a chance to, go to the Final Four or even maybe March Madness. So, it'll mean everything to me and, everything to my team going to things.
And if you look at this tournament as a mountain, you all started at the bottom and you've climbed your way to the top, close to the top. How does it feel being so close to the mountaintop?
It feels good to be, one step away from being at the top of the mountain. But, we feel that, we belong here and, we're ready to get there. So, it's been great.
It's a great Final Four, right? You look at Alabama, their ability to shoot the ball from the outside, the Cinderella-esque story we've seen from North Carolina State. But the reality of this thing, Zubin, I have a very good hunch that we're going to see UConn taking on Purdue.
The pieces just fit. This is the most dominating team in recent years of college basketball. The Florida back-to-back teams were great teams. You've seen teams win back-to-back championships, but not in the manner in which this team plays. They dominate you offensively, defensively, collectively. They share the basketball. It's absolutely a clinic.
One Final Four matchup is set. UConn against Alabama. The Huskies playing in back-to-back Final Fours for the first time ever. UConn trying to become the first team to win back-to-back national championships since Florida in 2006-2007.
If you've never listened to something in your life, aggressively and intentionally, I need you to listen to me now. You are alive by design. And the moment that you understand that design, your future awaits. You only have so much time to get it done. I need you to live every day as if it's your last. You don't have time to waste.
They're laying off Kessel, testing that deep shot.
Castle's jumper in and out. Estrada, give it up. Nelson fires, connects on a three.
Well, they just want him to, if he makes the three, so be it.
Yeah, they dared him, and Castle hits from the outside. UConn did trail for 21 seconds here. Maneuvering on the inside. Rebound, Estrada. Griffin again, he's not shy. That's a three.
He can shoot it. On this end of the floor, a lot of cutting, screening, and giving it to him again. He's might have.
And Castle snaps in a three. Estrada lines it up and buries it from three-point territory. Griffin lines it up, buries a three.
And right now, Alabama finding that offensive rhythm.
Back out, repost, shot clock down to three. Silva goes upstairs for the flush. Castle has been outstanding in this first half. He's got 12 points to lead all scores. Steal, Castle against Sears. Good foul. Purdue is waiting to see which team emerges to play for the national championship. Newton gives it up for Castle, who lays it in. Pringle challenges, layup no. Klingon a factor.
And look who's the rebounder. What a game he has had, Castle.
Take it inside.
Nice pass.
Klingon gets the roll. Newton.
Pretty.
Castle going to the sky for the jam. Castle back to the line where he's 3 of 4 tonight. It's over. UConn is a machine. The Huskies will play for the national championship again. 86-72. UConn takes over late and knocks out Alabama. It's back to the title game for Dan Hurley and company. And now it's a matchup with Purdue for the national championship.
Donovan earlier said Stephon Castle's not like any other freshman. He's the most unselfish player on the team. Can you speak to both those two things and also when you knew you were getting that?
He's got the great parents, Stacy and Quan. They kept him humble all the way through. The way he handled the recruiting process, he was decisive. He watched us practice. He saw our culture. He wanted to be coached hard. They wanted an old school environment for him to be challenged in and to be held accountable. And it's just been the perfect situation for him because his draft stock is right where they want it to be right now. And he's won big.
And we are thrilled to be joined by the Big East Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle's parents, Quinette and Stacy Castle. Welcome to We Need to Talk.
Y'all been with him since he picked up a ball. Went to UConn. First year out in the championship game. What is that feeling like?
Oh my gosh. Excitement, I think, is not even a good word. It's unexplainable. I think this is something he's always dreamed about. So to be here is amazing. I'll give you a quick story too. The day that he decided he wanted to come to UConn, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. He came knocking on our door. He was like, I'm committing today.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, wait, hold up, you know. And he's like, no, this is where I need to be. Stephon is not going to run from coaching. Like, he loves Coach Hurley and the way that he coaches. So he really wanted that. He wanted to be coached. He wanted to get better.
I think that was a big part for him in making a choice, exactly what she said. He also actually got a chance to go through UConn and watch and see all the history.
The process of what it looks like.
The legacy.
So that was a real thing for him. And then getting to watch practice and watch coach in full form.
That's a show.
Then we collect the 5th trophy, right? Then we said it would become the undisputed champs, right? When you win every game like that, now it's a different level. It's undisputed champs of the world.
Level! Let's go, baby.
Undisputed.
Let's go. Everything on 3. 1, 2, 3.
It is the 1 seed versus a 1 seed, 2 just absolute dominant teams.
UConn looking to become the first men's program to win back-to-back titles since Florida did it in 2006 and 7.
Chance to get number 37 overall. It's a chance to go 12 straight in this tournament here, right? 12 straight wins, all right, to get our second chip. 40 minutes of everything you've got. Do what we do to the max, and we're champs again.
It's a matchup with Purdue for the national championship.
These have been the best two teams all year.
This is a monster matchup. It's amazing all the upsets we have during the tournament, but it still comes down to the 2 best teams made it through.
A combined record of 70-7. I cannot wait to see what happens Monday night.
Could perhaps Dan Hurley run it back to win back-to-back national championships.
Now Dan Hurley, can he get them back to the college basketball mountaintop?
UConn is so tough this year. Do they have what it takes to repeat?
Actually looking at Stephon Castle, right? The Big East freshman of the year. My goodness, how impressive was he in that last matchup?
We've got a number 1 versus a number 1. The Big East against the Big Ten. Winner takes the national title. It's everything you've worked for. Now 40 minutes of basketball will decide the national championship.
Get nice dunked in by Wren. They go to him frequently early. Calvin Wren in this tournament, but won it 86-72 going away. So busy.
Spencer knocks one in from the outside. It's a 3. Floats it up and in. +1.
And Raph, I think he's key. He can be an X factor here.
Here goes that hook again.
And Edey connects versus the immovable object.
He's got a counter move.
Edey with the left hand. Newton will do it himself on a kick.
Nice replacement.
Newton drills a triple. It's Edey. Wow. Again.
Going over the top. Ooh,
big crunching screen.
He walked. Yeah, good.
And they got it. Guys, look at this. 28-25.
Nice cut.
Newton lays it in.
Good defense right now.
It has been. Tough shot.
Castle, a floater go.
What do you need, coach?
Newton slashes in. Couldn't get it over Edey, and then it somehow smacked.
The Castle?
Yeah, but that left hand.
Not a great hand by Castle.
Intercepted.
Forced the hip. Nice pass by Spencer.
And it's bouncy Castle on the inside. Doesn't go. Rebound. Castle is there. Can't get it on the first cleanup, and he put it over Edey.
Nice replace.
Castle got a three.
They do that as well as anybody in the country.
Out rebounding Purdue 33-24.
They grind you till you slip and fall asleep.
Castle, that's clever.
You know, when the game was a game, Castle's the one that took Smith out of it.
Defensively, the physicality, taking that challenge. And Smith got off a little bit there in that first half early, but has been silent here in the second half.
Celebration in Phoenix. What an amazing run. It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number one lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60. They've done it again. Utter domination for 2 years. 6th national crown for the UConn Huskies. UConn, the number one overall seed, the first number one overall seed to win the title since Louisville in 2013. They have done it again. UConn, national champions once again.
To congratulate Coach Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies, the 24 national champions.
It's obvious to me you love the view from up here 2 years in a row.
Yeah, man, kind of getting used to this up here, and the confetti, the trophy. Number 6, baby! Number 6!
What is it about this team that made it so special this year?
We recruit really talented NBA players that are willing to not make it about themselves, to be a part of a winning group and to go for all the championships. While doing that, their draft stock still is really, really high. So we both win. UConn wins and the players win.
Stephon Castle, a national champion. What is the feeling of this dream coming true?
I mean, it feels crazy. It's super surreal. I mean, just to do it with, the group that we have, it's special. I feel like just a total team effort. Everybody was super bought in. I'm just happy we got it done.
How did this team just go 37-3, just win 6 NCAA tournament games by a combined 140 points?
I mean, I've been saying it all year. We're the best team in the country. So, we just try and go out and show that every night. And, I mean, credit to Coach. I mean, he puts us in, great positions to be successful. And, I mean, just when we all bought into the defensive end, I feel like it changed our season. Just to be a part of this group and just to be a part of this whole journey has been everything I could ask for.
What is your message to all the folks back in Storrs, Connecticut?
I mean, thank you guys. I mean, we appreciate all the support. And, I mean, we brought back number 6, man. That's all I can say.
Everything on 3. 1, 2, 3. Everything.
The NBA draft just under 2 months away. With no clear consensus number 1 pick, we could see lots of movement in the field here.
For UConn, both Stephon Castle and Donovan Clingan, very well first-round picks. Are they lottery picks?
Point guard Stephon Castle just won a national championship with UConn, averaging 11 points per game, just under 5 rebounds per game. Where is his stock at this point?
Yeah, straight up at this point. He was fantastic for UConn this season as a true freshman. One of the most important pieces for UConn's title-winning team. He drew some comparisons throughout the season as just being kind of like a selfless player for this Huskies team. He wasn't always the guy who was scoring baskets. He wasn't the guy who always had the ball in his hands, but very selfless. He's the guy who always drew the toughest defensive assignments, a lockdown defender, 6'6", has some playmaking ability. I think there's some potential he can develop a little bit as a shooter as well. And I think if you're talking long term about what he can be in the NBA, there's a lot of excitement for someone who has wing size, who plays like a guard, who can be a really good defensive prospect. So Castle's top 5 right now on our big board. I think is going to stand here as we look ahead to the NBA draft.
Oh, like this.
What the
Can't show the camera.
Oh my God, though. Yo, I dunked that. I dunked this though.
That's not a stop though. That's not a stop though.
Hell no. That's bad. Run that back. Instagram.
Oh my.
Did I make it?
Yeah.
I'm in that back. Now I'm back. Hope not, bro.
Well, if you've been following the UConn men's basketball team, you likely saw this coming. The latest Husky to declare for the NBA draft, freshman Stephon Castle. And he's projected to go fairly early in the first round because whoever gets him is getting an explosive offensive player, a shutdown defender, and of course, a winner, a national champion, as a starter in his only season at UConn. Let's show you some of the sentiments expressed on social media today. Coach Kamani Young, who recruited Steph to UConn. Kamani played basketball with Steph's father when they were kids. Dan Hurley also posting, no freshman impacted winning like this champion. His combination of talent, work ethic, and humility, and great parents. And then a post from UConn men's basketball that simply says, thank you, Steph.
Are you out of here, bro?
No last words, bro?
No last words, bro.
My turn to draft right
Wow.
now. I'm up right now.
No last words, bro. We're just getting out of here, bro. Mission complete, bro. You won that.
draft class has been so far?
I mean, it's been fun. I mean, it's something that I was looking forward to. So, you know, just to finally be here, it's been cool for sure.
You know, for whatever team, you know, to take the chance on me, I know that they've been a hard worker, a great teammate, great person, and, you know, somebody that has so much more to the game that, you know, they want to show in the past couple of months.
If you could give GMs, you know, one lasting sentence as to why you are one of the best picks in the draft, what would it be?
I mean, for any GM that was looking to draft me, I would just say, you know, you're getting a winner, a hard worker, you know, and a great person and a great teammate.
How long have you imagined hearing your name called on that stage? How excited are you for tomorrow?
I mean, I've been thinking about this moment for forever now, as long as I can remember. So, you know, I'm super excited. I mean, ready to, you know, start, you know, my next journey wherever, you know, I land, and you know, I'm just happy to be here, really.
We are looking at, Richard, the pick being in.
There we
we're
go.
going to hold that thought right now and send it back to the podium and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 4th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Stephon Castle from the University of Connecticut.